Hey everybody, Mark Horner. Trying once again from Oso, Washington. It is windy, but hopefully you have audio. I'm afraid I'm not going to be able to read your comments at the moment. I was on the Habs app just a moment ago to do this. I don't think it was because my phone was connected to a Bluetooth speaker in my nearby vehicle, so I've turned off Bluetooth. Now going directly to YouTube. Can't read the comments, but I'm going to proceed, assuming you can hear me, and I'll just kind of do a brief review of the first part of what I attempted to do a moment ago when we had no audio. But anyhow, this is the site of the March 22nd, 2014 Oso slide that claimed more than 40 lives. And this is right off of the highway here between Arlington and Darrington. And as I was saying a bit earlier, when you couldn't hear me, time was 10:37 a.m. Keep Hope Alive was very much on the minds of many as the search continued for survivors. I was down here this morning. I got up here quickly with my gear from Snohomish, and I was using an app on a Droid Incredible. I was using the Ustream app. That was before there was a great number of streaming apps on phones, prior to Periscope and others. I'm up here with my 12-year-old son today, who's a little camera shy, but he's got full controls of the Canon 7D today. He gets to use Dad's camera, charge batteries, blank cards, and then hoping he'll knock himself out. And here it says, the 43 trees on SR 530, at State Route 530, are intended as a temporary memorial for the SR 530 Oso Landslide. A permanent memorial is planned to honor the victims of the slide, share the inspiring stories of the response efforts and rescues, provide information about why the slide happened, and also honor the community that was lost. This memorial is planned to be a place of gathering, healing, and sharing. A conceptual plan for the memorial has been developed based upon input from family members, victims, responders, and other stakeholders. A fundraising effort is currently underway to make this vision a reality. It's in the 70s here, I would say the upper 70s, pushing 80 degrees. There's a very nice breeze. And out of focus while I point to it, back in focus where the hill disappeared. All that light earth is the landslide. Read a little bit of this. The SR 530 Oso landslide occurred at 10:37 a.m. on March 22nd, 2014, now identified as the single deadliest landslide in U.S. history. The slide claimed the lives of 43 individuals. Estimated at approximately 8 million cubic meters of material, the slide destroyed everything in its path, including over 40 homes and structures, pets, and wildlife. Approximately 1 mile of State Route 530 and the portion of the White Horse Trail. The massive material that tore across the valley blocked the North Fork of the Stillaguamish River, resulting in upstream flooding and an eerie halt to water flow below the slide. I can so well remember that eerie halt, if you will. Let me just see if I can turn this around. Yeah, I can remember that eerie halt because I got up here this morning, or that particular morning 7 years ago now, plus, and there was a spot where I pulled over and went down to the river, not knowing everything that was actually unfolding still at that time. And it was striking because the water level in the river had gone down and the water had become cloudy. And in the river, swirling, were tree limbs and branches. It was like a milky, quiet river, and it was decreasing in terms of the height of the river. So it was what we didn't know is, as I was standing there, and I believe I had a brother with me that morning, what we didn't know is that an evacuation had just taken effect for everybody downriver. So it was not a good place to be. Fortunately, we weren't there very long. But there were several stories that morning. I was, again, using the Ustream app on a Droid Incredible, and I was able to stream out of this area, and that was very challenging at the time. There weren't many streaming apps to begin with, but the network up here for internet connection, for cell availability, was very, very low. But there were some really compelling stories that were being shared. I spoke with one guy. It was an interview that the New York Times picked up for its website or blog, and it was with a gentleman who was literally on this highway and came up to where it was suddenly covered with mud. I mean, he came up on it right after it happened, and he could hear people crying out just off the highway, out there in the debris, in the mud somewhere. And so there was a lot that was very memorable for so many people that morning. And not only was it a big local story, it was a big international story. But let me flip the camera around. Okay, I've got different phone options with this iPhone 12 Pro Max. Excuse me, different camera options. So let's see. There we go. Anyhow, I won't keep you guys too longer today. I am going to head up to Rockport from here. And I'm also interested in the strength of the internet connections. According to Verizon's map, it's pretty decent up at Rockport for internet connection, which is of great interest to me. So, especially for December when there are a lot of bald eagles up that way. Let me show you a couple more things. We go. Regarding the survivors, it says 11 survivors lived through the landslide, some losing loved ones who had been with them when the slide occurred. Their individual stories of rescue and survival are incredible and occurred only through the efforts of first responders. Regarding the community lost, a strong, vibrant community lived within the area, now covered with mud, which had been centered around Steelhead Drive, C Post Road, and State Route 530. This community looked out for each other and had frequent gatherings as they shared their lives and their love for the area and the river. Bound together by geography, those that lived here and survived mourned the community that is no more. All right, that's going to do it for me right now. Sorry about that first broadcast where we didn't have audio. Hopefully this worked out and you guys can hear me soon. Sorry I can't see your comments though in this app, but if you do leave comments down below, I'll be sure to look at them and reply, as long as you all play nice. No trolls, please. What what else was I going to say? Oh, if you want to see some of the stories that I did back in 2014, that morning and throughout the day and subsequent days here at Oso, they're on my YouTube channel. In fact, if you were to look up Oso Mudslide Beyond 90 Seconds on Google or YouTube, you'll find the content. Primitive compared to what we're using now, but it still got the story out, or helped get the story out. I hope you're having a good day or evening wherever you might be. Take care, everybody. Hope to see you again soon.